In every generation there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She is the Slayer.
What's going on, everybody? It's your pal Burrito Johnson coming at you with a new video for Cinema Burrito. I figure I'd do something a little bit differently, as I said in the last video. Instead of talking about something behind me, like one of the movies I own or whatever, I figure I'd talk about something that I've been consumed in for the last 3 weeks. And I'm talking about if you look at the symbol on my hat, it's a reference to Twin Peaks, which is up there as one of my favorite TV shows of all time. But that's something I didn't really discover until later on. I knew about the show, but never really had. There was no online back then, streaming back then. So there was really no way for me to discover it except if I happen to go find the VHS tapes or something at Goodwill or whatever. But a show that I had easy access to was Buffy the Vampire Slayer, one of my favorite shows of all time. Something that kind of had a bigger influence on me because I was a kid. I think I was 13, 14 or something like that when I discovered it. And I was there on night one when I've been seeing trailers for it throughout the whole week on the WB or something like that, whatever it was called. And it was basically a trailer about like what happens to a girl who comes to a new town and happens to be a vampire slayer. And her high school happens to be located over a hellmouth. So all this crazy stuff happens. I'm like, I'm in. I got to check it out. So I was there night one, got hooked, and then basically followed the series to the very end. Now, was I religious? Did I keep up with it? There maybe season 3 or 4. I may have fallen out. Just busy working and stuff like that. But back then it was just a lot harder to rewatch shows because once they aired, you had to be lucky enough to catch a rerun at some point, and you basically are lost. Thankfully, they started doing DVD seasons, and that's how I was able to catch up on stuff like on the remainder of the series. I bought the whole individual seasons on DVD. Same with Angel. Am I going to sit here and tell you that every single season is perfect and there's nothing wrong, there's no flaws with this show? Absolutely not. I'm not going to sit here. No show's perfect except maybe Breaking Bad or Twin Peaks. No, I can't even find anything bad about Breaking Bad. But I'm not going to sit here and say that every season is perfect and basically just say that season 5, 6, and 7 were absolutely perfect. No, there it was definitely some ups and downs. Every show has that. Same with Angel. But yeah, I kind of want to do a quick, like kind of like I want to say unboxing because these are old. These have been around for a very long time. But I was talking about the Buffy the Vampire Slayer box sets. I do have the Angel off to the side, so I kind of wanted to take a look at it. These are, I don't know if these are absolute basic, but if you go to your secondhand movie store somewhere, this is where I found them for like $30 each. It was a really good deal. I couldn't pass it up. So here's the Chosen collection, 40 disc DVD set, season 1 through 7. So here's that has the back. Let's see how many. So basically, 6,480 minutes, according to this, it will take you to get through seasons 1 and 7 of all 144 episodes of Buffy. Let's open it up. It has a pretty cool, unique design. It tells you right here. It gives you the whole, basically what the opening says. For every generation, into each generation, a Slayer is born. All that good stuff. But I do like the layout of basically every season gives you kind of a part of the cast. It's a weird time being a Joss Whedon fan because with all the allegations and stuff like that, I'm gonna hold off judgment and all that stuff. But it is possible to like the creator's work, to separate the creator and his work. Not, you don't necessarily have to be a fan of the creator to love his work like I do. I used to be a massive fan of Joss Whedon. He's done a lot for TV and cinema. Hell, he launched the Avengers, man. He wrote, directed all that good stuff. The first two, which I really enjoyed. The other ones are pretty good too. So every one of these, both these box sets do come with a kind of a like a small little summary of each episode, each season, and stuff like that. This one has, if you guys are curious about Joss Whedon's top 12 episodes of the show, it's in here. I don't want to read them all, but the first one, I'll read the first one. Joss Whedon's favorite episode of all time is The Pact, season 1, episode 6, where basically I think Xander gets possessed by hyenas, right? Or a hyena spirit, him and his some high school students, and they basically run around as hyenas, like a pack of hyenas for the whole episode. That was pretty interesting. I don't remember what his last one is. I haven't seen this show in like 15 years. But yeah, let me just, I won't go through all of them because they're essentially the same. So here's they each come in individual like little jewel cases, stuff like that. And it's basically the discs that you'll find in the individual seasons. So I do remember like season 1 had the blue, season 2 had the red, and then they kind of keep changing colors. So the season 1 is basically 12 episodes. And then I think the rest of the series is once they knew, hey, we have a hit on our hand, it's let's give them 22 episodes. But yeah, so Buffy the Vampire Slayer, if I can say that correctly, Vampire Slayer is pretty awesome on the DVD. Desperately needs a Blu-ray upgrade, a very it's basically we're dying for an HD remaster, of the whole show. Next on is Angel. I wasn't a biggest fan of Angel at first. He kind of grew on me. It wasn't until he moved on to his own show when I started actually appreciating Angel as his own thing, and I actually found his show later on to be better than Angel, just story wise. I think overall, Angel just feels, even though it was criminally canceled, like criminally cut short, this had at least another 2 more seasons, or maybe even more. Who knows? It was canceled way too short or too soon, and you could tell because it was rushed towards the end. Even though I did like the last season, but these had some memorable episodes that I still remember to this day. I mean, come on, what was it, Happy Time or something, where he turns into a puppet? Best episode probably of the whole series. I still remember that. That's just balls to the wall funny from the beginning to the end. But he was okay in Buffy. It did get kind of annoying with the whole Will, oh, they can't be forever in love and blah 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 and all that stuff. But until again he went and did his own thing. Both these seasons, I started watching Angel when season 4 premiered of Buffy. When because I'm halfway through season 4, I started watching Angel when I started watching season 4. So there's a few watch orders online that you could follow. It tells you what to watch, because right now I'm doing Buffy Angel, Buffy Angel, Buffy Angel, and because season 1 has heavy crossovers between the two, and you basically have to follow. Because what happens in Buffy continues over in Angel, and what happens in Angel continues over in Buffy, and that's heavily in season 1. They kind of stopped doing that after season 2 and all that stuff. Once Buffy went to UPN, these guys basically stopped crossing until I think Angel goes over to the final episode of Buffy. I think it's been a while. But yeah, so that's what I'm currently doing. I'm basically diving into these. So yesterday I watched, I believe it was, I forgot what episode, but Angel, I know the last episode of Angel that I saw was when Doyle dies. I didn't like that because I actually like Doyle. I don't know if he's on the box or not, but I actually really, really like Doyle, and I would have been cool to see him, see how he progressed as a character in through the series. So basically, I think I read an interview where Joss and the other co-creator said, "Well, we just wanted to let you know that nobody's safe in this series. We will kill off a character, even if you like them." But yeah, it would have been kind of cool to see his progression through the series, just like Wesley. Wesley was this goofy guy or whatever in Buffy and even in Angel, and then later on became one of the like most serious characters through the remainder of Angel. This one comes the same thing. You got a little maybe story summary of each episode, all that good stuff. Here's, like I said, man, just look at that. Look at each character. I really enjoy. I think that's what makes Angel stand out from Buffy, is that each character feels more fleshed out. Towards the end of the series, you feel like an actual closure. I know they continued it in the comic book form. I really need to start on those or finish that. But just look at that. It's just like, oh, okay, and then there's just that guy. He's really cool. He's one of my favorite characters. But yeah, this one comes with a note, I think, from Joss Whedon, just saying, "Hey, I really like the show, season 1." I'm not going to go through all the seasons again, but here is again Angel, all the good stuff. But yeah, that is my history with Buffy. Oh, also before I go, do not. This is basically these two DVD format is basically the best way to watch these shows. If you watch it on Amazon, they are heavily cropped. Sorry, they are heavily cropped. So they mangled. It's marked as a remaster, but it is so mishandled. They show Buffy. Buffy was meant to be in 4:3 normal TV, except once more with feeling the musical. They filmed that in cinema format, widescreen, all that stuff. Other than that, Joss Whedon said that it was always meant to be 4:3 TV format. So Amazon Prime or whoever handled the remaster botched it up because it's stretched, things are cut off, it's a mess. They remastered faces, the coloring is off. It's just crazy how I watched a couple episodes on streaming and I was like, what's going on? So Angel, the first season of Angel was shot just like Buffy, but then they decided to switch over to the more of a 185.1, basically fills up your whole screen, and that's how they did it until the very end. So that was meant that way. That was meant to be shot more cinematic because Angel does really get more cinematic, as the seasons go by. But I just watched, so I'm basically halfway through season 4 of Buffy and halfway through season 1 of Angel. Buffy season 4 is going through its motions because everything's new. She's in college and stuff like that. But I think season 3 was a standout for me. Season 2 was good. Season 1 it has its moments, but it's so outdated. Oh my God. It's a show that's 25 years old, of course. But for the most part, these shows, they stand out. They stand out, and I'm happy that they are discovering new fans. And I met people half my age that are discovering Buffy, and that's so cool. I really enjoy that this show still has a life, and it's keeping that way, and it's probably going to be that for a long time until hopefully I hope they never redo it like they've try to do other shows. I hope they just keep it this way. Let's stick to the comic reforms. They ended it the way they wanted it. Maybe not Angel, they needed another season to kind of flesh out and finish everything. But I think Joss Whedon ended Buffy the way he wanted to end it. And I think Angel, the last scene was for me was pretty good. They continue in a comic book form. Hopefully I'll be able to check those out. Who knows? But this is just focusing on the DVD. So if you happen to keep the DVDs, around, this is the best way to watch them. This is the best format to watch them because they are not butchered in the remaster that they put in the streaming. But all right, guys, until next time, I figure I sit down and talk about Buffy for a little bit, and fanboy over Buffy and Angel for a little bit. They're pretty good. I'm thinking about doing maybe my top favorite as soon as I finish the series. Maybe Buffy. I'll probably finish Buffy first. I'm thinking about doing maybe like my top favorite, my top 5 episodes or top 10 episodes or whatever. Same with Angel, because I could on the top of my head, I'm already thinking my top 5 already through all both series. But until next time, guys, this is Burrito Johnson for Cinema Burrito. Have a good one.